It was a whole bunch of nobody really knows exactly what's going to happen. So this is what we do. We get very excited with big trades. I do too. It's fun. It's a better story. I mean, Anthony Davis with LeBron's way better than Anthony Davis with New Orleans. He's been there for years. Who cares? So I like when stars join forces. I like it too. Here's what we know, though, about Anthony Davis. Okay, this isn't the glossy magazine cover. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. Number one is, with Boogie Cousins, a great all-star, he couldn't make the playoffs. 7 years, 1 playoff series win. Sorry if those facts get in the way of how you feel about him. Number two is, he's hurt a lot, including currently. 1 year he played 61 games, 164, 167, 166. Big guys don't get healthier. You do get that right. Number three is he shoots better from the outside, hits a three or two occasionally, but 70% of his baskets are right next to the hoop. You watching the current NBA? This idea I'm going to give up everything for Anthony Davis. Let me ask you, LeBron in his 15th or 16th year and Anthony Davis, he's not Kevin Durant as a shooter, and I've given up everything else. Well, what's that get me? It'll be fun. I'm not saying it's not interesting. I'm not saying it's not really, really good. I'm not being Golden State. Well, let's be real about this. I've seen what LeBron James does to big men. I saw what he did to Anton Jameson. I saw what he did to Kevin Love. And I saw what he did to Chris Bosh. He frustrated them. He made them into stretch fours. They got in the way of LeBron James. It's not like LeBron has a history of he's great with bigs. No, you know what LeBron's great with? Shooters. He's good with Kyle Korver. He was good when Bosh moved outside and could shoot threes. LeBron's always been great with shooters because he gets the ball, he drives the ball. He'd be great with Klay Thompson. I said earlier he'd be great with Bradley Beal. I've seen LeBron James with big guys. I saw him with Anton Jameson. I saw him with Chris Bosh. I saw him with Kevin Love. He drove those guys batty. This idea I'm going to give up everything. Time out. The Lakers have worked hard to draft and develop this young core of players. They're not terrible. They're just not great players. But Lonzo Ball's got talent. I'm going to fight to keep him. If I have to give him away to get AD, I would, but he's got value somewhere. Somebody needs a point guard who's got great vision and 6'5" and can rebound and hit threes. I'd fight to keep Kyle Kuzma. He can hit threes, good player. Going to be an 18, 20-point-a-game guy, right? I'm going to fight to keep Josh Hart. High-functioning Villanova, high IQ, can hit a three. This idea, which can give away the house to get him. That's what the Knicks did with Carmelo. And then they found out Carmelo was sitting around with no furniture around the house. Didn't have any pillows. Didn't have any end tables. Yeah, that's Carmelo. Look at me. I'm great. Big chandelier, middle of the house. What are you going to sit on? Well, we gave everything away. This is a business, folks. You don't give everything away for anybody. I saw a story yesterday. It was like, the Knicks should give away this. And I'm thinking, I'm the Knicks. I got Porzingis. I got Kevin Knox. And I have a chance to get the number 1 pick in Zion Williamson. What do I need Anthony Davis for? That's going to be a really exciting team. That's going to be a playoff team. Tell me one time Anthony Davis has been a solution to any major NBA dilemma. He's been in the league 7 years. I mean, I like him. But the Lakers worked hard to draft these players and scout these players and coach these players and develop these players. I'm not giving these guys away. I'm sitting there watching yesterday cable TV sports shows, and I'm on social media and the Angry Bird Twitter, and I'm listening to radio and a lot of talented people out there, and there's a whole bunch of nobody knew anything. Let's just state the two things we absolutely know, and these can't be argued, and these are for sure. Number one, the Celtics can't trade for him yet. They can't. Under NBA restrictions, the Celtics cannot trade for him yet. Fact. And number two, the Pelicans are pissed. And they're mad at LeBron, and they're mad at Clutch Sports, and they're mad at the Lakers, and they're not going to do them any favors. They're not going to do the Lakers any favors whatsoever. They're going to want Lonzo, and want Kuzma, and want Ingram, and want picks, they're going to want everything. So, I understand getting excited about this stuff. I really do. But let's put it in a little context. There's a growing belief of uncertainty that Kyrie Irving will re-sign with Boston. It's one of the reasons Anthony Davis doesn't want to be a Celtic, because he doesn't know if Kyrie Irving is going to be a Celtic. All right, timeout. 3 things about Kyrie Irving. Number 1, he's a flake. He left LeBron, and according to sources, wants to get back with him. Oh, boy. And now he wants to leave arguably the first or second best coach in the league for guards, Brad Stevens, and a really great roster. And a very good GM. Oh, boy. Kyrie Irving's a flake. Number 2, and you know this is true, he only played 8 games at Duke. He's hurt a lot. He's never played more than 75 games. He didn't finish last year. He gets hurt a lot. Number 3, he's already said he's going to retire early. He just signed his second movie deal yesterday. What's that saying? People tell you who they are, believe them. He's already told you. He's not doing a Tom Brady. He's not doing a Kobe Bryant. He's not doing a Tim Duncan. He's not taking pay cuts and playing 20 years. He's not into it. Fine. I have no problem with it. He's honest about it. He's not trying to trick anybody. So he's a flake. You can't dispute that. If you leave LeBron and Brad Stevens in the East, a little bit of a flake. Number 2 is he's hurt a lot. Number 3 is he's told you, I'm not in this forever. So let's start with that. Here's my thing about Kyrie Irving. You could invite Kyrie Irving to be on your team. You do not count on Kyrie Irving. I'll give you an example. So Sunday, a lot of you are having a Super Bowl party. I am too. And I'll just speak from a guy's perspective. Whenever you have a Super Bowl party, the guy you trust the most, you say, hey, you bring the sandwiches. Because the sandwiches is that you can't have the party without the sandwich. So the guy you trust the most, you bring the sandwiches. The guy I trust the second most, I say, you bring all the drinks. Beer, soft drinks, you bring the drinks. The guy I trust a little less, I say, you bring the chips. I mean, got to have sandwiches, got to have sodas. You bring the chips. Kyrie is definitely not the sandwich guy. He's not the soda guy. He's not even the chips guy. Kyrie is the second chips guy. The guy you trust the least, who's funny, makes the party better, but you tell him, why don't you also bring some chips? If he brings them, great, but he may not, and you'll still be okay. You don't build around Kyrie Irving. There are lots of people in every industry. You've worked with them. I've worked with them. They're the sandwich people to the party. They're the drink people to the party. He's like the second chip guy. You can't ask him in an emergency. You can't trust him. Kyrie's always been a flake, and that's okay. Flakes make the party more fun. Flakes are often very talented. There's nothing wrong with having flakes. I can be flaky. You can probably be flaky. You know, whatever an accountant needs, I'm the opposite of that. I mean, our society is filled with actors and singers and entertainers and artists, and they're not accountants. Highs, lows, emotional, that's what makes the world go round. Kyrie is way more artist than accountant. And when I hear these rumors, he wants to get back with LeBron, and Anthony Davis is like, I don't know about Boston. Here's my message to Anthony Davis. You do you, okay? But LeBron has bailed, and Kyrie's a flake. So Anthony Davis, you do you. You don't. Here's what I know about Kyrie. Flaky, gets hurt, and he's not playing the long game. And I've heard 4 rumors in 2 years. I heard Kevin Durant and Kyrie to New York. I heard he's signing long-term with Boston. I think he said that. I've heard he's going to the New York Knicks by himself with Jimmy Butler. And now I'm hearing LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Kyrie Irving in Los Angeles. Okay. All right. You can't fool me once, fool me twice, whatever the saying is. Shame on me, shame on you. I don't know. I can't get him in order.
Well, he hasn't left Boston yet.
You trust Chris Haynes? I do.
I do.
I think Chris Haynes.
All he's saying is that there's a growing feeling. He didn't say he wanted to leave Boston. He hasn't left Boston.
Smoke fire. I mean, there was a growing suspicion.
Is KD a flake? KD left.
No, KD's not a flake. KD.
Well, what if KD leaves Golden State?
Well, then he's a flake. You don't think, timeout. Somebody told me this the other day. They said, Kevin Durant's going to leave Golden State. And I'm like, timeout. Don't try to get happier than happy. Golden State is perfect for Durant. First of all, they don't ask him to be the emotional leader. That's Steph. They don't ask him to be the coach. That's Kerr. They don't ask him to be the tough guy. That's Draymond. They don't ask him to guard the best player or the best wing. That's often Clay or Draymond. They just asked him to come hoop and score. Like if Kevin Durant, I defended him leaving Russell Westbrook, the ball hog. Okay, I defended him there. If you leave Golden State, you're a flake.
Do you defend Kyrie leaving LeBron?
Okay, no, but there's a big gap between leaving LeBron and then leaving LeBron and Brad Stevens and going back with LeBron. That's flaky. Again.
Sure, but he hasn't done that yet. And I understand him leaving LeBron. There are a lot of players who don't want to play with LeBron.
Silly as it may.
It may be silly, but everybody doesn't have the same motivations.
But again, yeah, I mean, they've been to the finals 3 straight times. LeBron was clearly comfortable with Kyrie being the hero in some games and taking shots. Again, I'm not. It's there's a huge gap between leaving LeBron for the Celtics, okay, and then leaving the Celtics to go back with LeBron.
Well, I mean, it seems a bit silly if he leaves the Celtics and goes back with LeBron. It's like, what was the point of all that?
Yeah, now you're a flake. You're a flake.
But he hasn't done it yet.
It just seems he's not the sandwich guy. He's not the beverage guy. He ain't the chips guy. Kyrie's the second chips guy. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.